Well,
Yes, see my virtual background.
yes, yes. I wish I was where you were back there on the beach.
You would be both, but in this world of Rona,
Soon
mm,
come, soon come. Don't rush it. Don't rush it.
true, true. So glad to have you with the Sunday dinner. I've heard so many wonderful things about you, and I have a few questions to ask you, and we're gonna get this interview started.
Thank you, thank you.
Tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself.
Yes, well, my name is Gabe Diaz, and I'm a native of the 757 area, better known as Hampton, Virginia, Phoebus, Virginia, and was born and raised here and all my life, and have always had a passion for this area, for the eclectic food in this area. I grew up, going to the carnivals and going to the different festivals that come through. So food has always crossed my palate here in Hampton. And pretty much just always had a heart to serve. So whatever capacity of work that I was always in, somehow food and service of food has always, found me. So that's me in a nutshell right here in Hampton as far as my cooking is concerned.
It's a beautiful thing. You're near a lot of sea too. I'm sure you got access to a lot of local vendors and
Oh
fish markets.
yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Like I said, I'm a lifelong resident, so I was here when you could drop a piece of chicken in the Chesapeake Bay and pull out a blue crab like this. So yeah, yeah, like real talk. The people who know from the 80s know.
Oh wow. So tell us about your business. How did you get started in the culinary business? What actually, influenced you?
Yeah, well actually, my business didn't start as a culinary profession, but my soft culinary training beforehand kind of birthed where I am now. So the organization is One Love Community, and we're a grassroots community organization here in Hampton with a focus on community engagement, civic engagement, and with kind of like a micro focus on the homelessness population here. So
Right.
rewind it back because that didn't start until 2016. But prior to then, my culinary experience started in short order cook, um, server, and banquets around town. Hampton, Virginia is known for its convention centers, the Hampton Holiday Inn Convention Center, all of the different, pretty much anything banquet affiliated, I was doing it. And, so I kind of came into um, food service cooking for the masses. I was doing individual plates and observing individual plates, but I always wanted to get in where the banquets came through and the weddings came through. So I've always been a person that cooks for many, many, many people. And so fast forward to when my heart for the community was overflowing and One Love Community came through when our homeless population was at need, which they pretty much always are. Um, we wanted to provide meals for them. But most people know when you're doing community service or any type of experience with feeding the homeless, it's pretty much a grab and go. It's a sandwich in a bag. It might be a chip. It might be a piece of fruit. But I felt like if we're going to if we're going to be out here with them, like why not give them the same food we eat? You know what I mean? So if we're used to, good rice and good proteins and fresh fruits and vegetables, why not? So my my kitchen here is small. I don't work out of an industrial kind of vibe, but we feed many, many, many people in the Hampton Roads area, 757 area, and it's been a blessing to me. You know what I mean? I know I'm blessing some folks, but it's been a blessing to me to know that I don't have the formal training of a sous chef or what I mean, like you, Chef Felicia. I know you all have done the toolage, and what I mean, Chef Keisha and Chef Dell and all those good folks have studied long and hard. But I came through on a human services kind of vibe, and with the toolage of some great chefs out of Colonial Williamsburg, and I don't want to drop names and all that kind of vibe, but some great chefs and cooks before me have shown me that my gift can be just as meaningful. So my kitchen hours, I like to tell people, are Sunday through Monday through Sunday, 24/7, whenever anybody's hungry.
That's a beautiful thing. I think it's beautiful how with your background that you started in catering and you're feeding, a large amount of people. And that trained you into feeding the homeless, regardless of the status quo, so to speak, but give you the opportunity to work with that number of people. I think that's awesome. Now, with the number of people that you serve, do you have like volunteers to come in and help you, or what are some of the things that
Most definitely, most definitely. That's just pretty much where our manpower comes from is volunteers. We're a grassroots organization, so we're a nonprofit, and I pretty much created a Facebook platform. We created a couple of social media platforms, so we'll put a call out for volunteers, and I pretty much do it as a two-phase project. The first volunteer call are for donations. So we want all fresh foods, and we accept frozen veggies and things like that. But we're looking for the freshness of foods, and donations, and we just pretty much do a big food drive right before each distribution, and then we store it here at the house, and then folks start picking through and sorting through what we have. The unique partnership that we gained was with the Peninsula Food Bank. A lot of people were donating items, and but we were getting like a lot of one or two of the same, quantities, a lot of that, so we were looking for different things to supplement the meals. So we partnered with the Peninsula Food Bank. We made numerous donations to them. So we figured maybe we can ask them for some of it to, bless the folks. And they pretty much filled in the gap. And so, like I said, once we sort through what we have, I can cook, but I'm not the only one. So we got somebody else to say, well, I'll take this, that to do the cornbread and the mac and cheese. I'll take this, that, and that to do the steamed veggies and, and the rice. And then, we'll bring it together. And it's a beautiful thing. We do it sure enough, like, set up shop and run it. We bring our folding tables. We bring the big coolers. We're serving them up good sweet tea with that throat coat mixed tea in there. So I'm healing them a little bit, and we set up the Schaefer's, and we don't even have to light it up because the food is coming hot. And I mean, we're serving probably on an average, our average count is about 70 folks, about 70 individuals. And we let everybody come through. And if you want to come through again, if there's more food, it's not that you've already been served, they don't know sometimes when their next meal is coming around. So, there are many, many restaurants out here that allow homeless people to eat after hours and things like that. And I kind of was like, that's dope. But what about during the day? We don't have to wait and feed them in the back door and, what I mean? Make sure we don't, forget them. No, we're going to remember them from the beginning. You know what I mean? So I know your question was about volunteers. So yes, we have many, many, many volunteers, and they pitch in, and it's a blessing. It really is. It's a blessing.
It is a blessing. I used to work with a school system, more like on a administrative assistant type basis,
Okay.
the school setting. So I used to see a lot of homeless students where, during that time of the day, that would probably be some of the only meals that they would have. So I can definitely understand where you're coming from with that. I love that. Now, in event, if you could be doing anything else besides what you're doing now, would there be anything else that you would do? Other than
Actually, say that again.
what you're doing now, would there be something else that you would do?
Um,
See yourself doing something else? Because
honestly, the culinary part of my life is very huge, but it doesn't consume my whole life. So I'm a musician. I'm an artist. I work for the city of Hampton. I'm a program coordinator for the Unity and Diversity and Inclusion Office. So I can't say that if I wasn't doing this, I wouldn't be doing something else, because everything that I do, which are quite a few things, are all passions. You know what I mean? So if I wasn't cooking, I'd be doing something else that led me back to cooking. You know what I mean? If I wasn't singing and if I was doing something else, I'd probably lead right back to music. So all of my passions kind of intertwine,
that's a beautiful music lover too. Now, what advice would you give to those that are trying to start out? Somebody that's really like into, cooking, or possibly want to start a nonprofit. What kind of advice would you give them?
I guess the only advice I would give you, if you were trying to get into food and beverage, in any aspect, it's got to be here. Like, this is the first kitchen. The first kitchen has to start within your heart. You know what I mean? And you have to cook. Like, I tell people this all the time, whether I'm paying for a $40 plate or whether I'm standing in line for a ration somewhere after giving blood. Don't serve my food with an attitude. I want my food served with love. So if you don't have love in your heart, no matter where you start, and if you're trying to start a food truck, if you're trying to start a homeless shelter, if you're trying to start, a street taco spot, if you're not doing it with love at the forefront of it, you know what I mean? You might want to reconsider that, because what you really have to realize is not only are you putting something into that person's stomach, you're putting something into their life. You know what I mean? So if you're going to put something, you know what I mean, that's just, I don't want that. I don't want that. So if anybody's out there, trying to get something started with food, it's got to start here.
Right. They don't take advantage of you. Nobody needs that. So I trust, please. Ooh, you just hit a nerve. Speaking
For sure.
of what inspires you, as far as we know a lot of things inspires music, family. What actually inspires you to actually want to do this every day or every time that you do it?
It's really knowing that little change is change. I know I can't feed everybody. I know that every fork that eats from my plate isn't going to be enjoyed, but I know that when I do meet people, you know what I mean, for the first time over food, I want it to be a great, great experience. And it kind of always turns out that way. So just knowing that I'm changing somebody's atmosphere, and I'm not always talking about just a charity vibe, but even over, when you meet a new colleague over a meal, you want to make sure that everything is enjoyable. And when you leave there, you remember the things about that meeting because the food was good. So I feel like it's just good vibes after the food is done. I feel like that's what motivates me. That's what inspires me, to know that good vibes are being left. You know what I mean?
Now, I know that you cook a lot of different things, and with the items that are donated, and you see a lot of things. Is there like a favorite dish or an ingredient that you really enjoy working with? You want to
I mean, I've got staples, you know what I mean? Like, my father's Puerto Rican, my mother is African. So we if I don't have anything else, we got a bag of rice and we got a pot of rice on the stove. You know what I mean? So it's arroz gandules. It's just saffron rice, rice pilaf. You know what I mean? That's like, whatever you get from me, it's gonna be on a bed of rice. So if I had to say, that's probably would be it.
Right. Yeah, I everything you just mentioned, I was like, woo, okay.
Come on.
Now, looking back, what could you have done better as far as just some of the, moves that you've made in this game? We always say, oh, I wish I could have done this better, or, it is what it is sometimes. But what are some of the things you wish you really just say, I wish I could have done this better?
Honestly, I probably would say I wish I would have brought my children in the kitchen with me earlier. Because this is a skill, whether you decide to be a culinary artist, whether you decide to be a baker, whether you decide, you want to aspire to be a top chef or whatever, you still got to eat yourself, So I wish I would have brought my youth into the kitchen with me earlier, just so that they could have gotten it. I've got a set of twins, they're 19, and they get it in, you know what I mean? But it would be nice, and I guess that would be my advice to tell other folks. If you have children or you've got nieces and nephews, if they're just sitting around playing the game, invite them in the kitchen. Turn on some music that they might like, you know what I mean? Meet them where they are, turn on some music they might like, but invite them in the kitchen. Show them what you're doing, show them why you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably would be my advice. Yeah, and something I wish I would have done earlier.
You sound people I know to say the same things, especially now, I guess, with, the I guess, the abundance of food and the different types of, uh, you know, cuisines that are out there, and people are more, prone to, visit different restaurants more so than what they would have done, at a later time.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Now, looking back at that compared to now, and I'm kind of switching up things now with your business. What is the best way to market your business when you have, a broad, community to feed? Is there a way that you market things, or what? How do you get the word out to people?
Pretty much through volunteerism, through social media. Social media, we have to realize that it's uh it's our it's our best friend if we use it in the right way.
Right,
Right now we're still on a free basis. People don't understand how exclusive that is to have Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and YouTube for free still. So and just word of mouth, word of mouth. I do, and then another thing too, when you're dealing with the homeless population, when you get to that sector, you got to sometimes think out of the box. Sometimes you got to rewind the hands of time and go old school. So we still printing flyers. We're putting them up at the bus stations. We're still doing that hand-to-hand contact, and just letting the folks know that we're out here.
right. Just old school back in the day when we had
Yeah, yeah. Get a flyer printed. We used to run down to Kinko's, and you know what I mean. Oh yeah. So not forgetting those marketing techniques, and you know what I mean, leaning on the things of today and technology, but still not forgetting, that everybody can be reached.
so true. And I find that going old school, there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people don't use the computers anymore, you know,
Hmm. Hmm.
and the ones that are on their phones, they may have, limited, usage. So they're kind of funny about the amount of usage that they have on their phone. So I say go for it, with the old school flyers. That would get my attention more so than some of the stuff I see online.
Yeah,
So
yeah. When you can just grab it and put it in your bag and go and look at it later. Oh, okay, this is happening. Or, chef is over here. She's doing a pop-up shop here. It's definitely, yeah, by any means necessary. I don't try to not tap any market when it comes to marketing. Oh yeah.
now you mentioned that you were into I'm into music. Now when you're in the kitchen, what do you listen to? What kind of music are you listening to? What are you vibing off of? What's on your plate?
What's on my playlist? What's on my playlist now? Um, right now I'm cooking with Afrobeat music in the background. I really like Afrobeat, and a lot of salsa music.
Okay.
I like stuff to keep my feet moving. You know what I mean? Because I don't have a big kitchen, but you know what I mean. Yeah. When you shuffling around, it keeps the vibe going. You know what I mean? Um, it's funny because when I'm in the grocery store, uh, and I'm shopping, and I talk to myself, you know what I mean? I'm going over my grocery list, and I'm saying, okay, don't forget this, and this gonna go good with that. But it's funny when I'm working on different dishes, if I'm going down and I'm doing a pasta dish with red sauce, all of a sudden I take on this Italian accent as I'm saying the things to myself. And if I'm getting my fajita peppers ready and my shrimp to do my taco night or whatever, all of a sudden my Mexican accent comes through. You know what I mean? So I kind of cut up like that. So my music, it kind of goes with the cultures that I'm cooking, really.
Right. I love
I have fun with it.
it. That sounds awesome. I love it. Well, that's pretty much all I have, Chef. I really appreciate you answering my questions. And I guess we'll check and see if anybody has any questions on the floor.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. This is a dope platform. The page is amazing, and I'm just humbled to be a part of it. I'm more like a community chef. Y'all don't call me chef, just call me Gabe.
It's just out of respect.
And I
Look,
understand and I appreciate that most definitely.
okay. So Chef Keisha, do we have any questions? Has anybody asked anything?
Um, where is he located?
Right now I'm here in Hampton, Virginia, 757 Hampton, Virginia, serving the whole Hampton Roads area.
So if I was to want to come and get a meal, I'm short on money and I don't have resources to, where can I come to get a meal at?
Yes, you can connect with me through the Facebook page. You can shoot me a message. The communication will come through One Love Community org. One Love Community org. And we help folks out, you know what I mean, that are just like in between paychecks and that kind of vibe. Just shoot us a message, you know what I mean? And we'll definitely make sure somebody gets back with you. One Love Community org.
And that's on Facebook and Instagram and all that.
You got it. Yep.
Okay, and then I have a question here, Sean. She wants to know, have you thought about teaching bilingual cooking classes?
Oddly enough, I'm half Puerto Rican, but I don't speak Spanish. So I need somebody to teach me. I need somebody to teach me. Yeah, I can cook it. I can cook it. I can stir it up, but I can't always translate it for you. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all the questions that I have.
Well, I
So
appreciate it. I
far.
appreciate it. If anybody wants to help me get my Spanish up to par, you know what I mean, I'm more than welcome. And you can connect with me on Instagram, on Facebook as well, at Imara Gabe Diaz. And I guess we'll drop the information down in the chat. Y'all see me on Sunday dinner. I'm liking all of y'all's food more than I'm posting because I'm getting ideas every time y'all drop a new plate.
Good. I have one more question. Sean also wants to know your One Love website, One Love community website, is that .org or .com?
It's One Love Community org. So
Okay.
there's no dot. If you just go into Facebook and just type in that whole thing, One Love Community org, with no spaces, no dot, no anything like that, you'll come right up to it. You'll see a little globe and a one, a finger one, and a love. You'll see it.
Okay. Oh. Okay, I think that's it. That's all I have.
Well, I appreciate y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all taking time out, both chefs, and I look forward to seeing some amazing plates soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Bless you, bless you.
So, Chef Felicia, can you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell a little bit about yourself before we get off?
Sure. I am based in North Carolina, and I run a small catering company called Golden Era Catering Company. And that's actually kind of a dedication to my love of music. I also have a group that I work with called Team Food and Hip Hop. So hey, to hip hop chefs, we all kind of collect from time to time, and we all enjoy. We all have different genres of music that we're listening to, as well as different types of cuisine that we all, work with. So, Team Food and Hip Hop, Golden Era Company, we're all based out of America. Also have a couple of chefs that are based out of state. Chef Rashara Saunders, she's based out of the upstate area of Connecticut and New York. Herb Target of Michigan. So definitely check us out. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to Golden Era Catering Company at gmail.com, or you can give us a call, 919-277-7583 for any type of catering. We mostly do personal chef clients that I work on a regular basis. And definitely I'm thankful because that has kept me going during this Corona time. And a lot of my other chef friends have, really experienced hardships. So if you have a friend or you know someone that's a chef and you see that they're out here to make it, support them because it's hard on everybody right now. So definitely support. I love this Sunday dinner platform. It's awesome. Some amazing places that are out here every day, regardless if it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, what day, it doesn't matter. I'm seeing some amazing chefs, some amazing cooks, some baking enthusiasts, everybody. I really enjoying it.
All right, so that's all I have. Anybody have any last words?
No, just keep it coming, man. Keep all the plates coming. And also what I wanted to say just to the audience of the Sunday dinners, when y'all making your posts, don't forget the description. We want to know what we're looking at. You know what I mean? Because some of this is amazing. And drop those
Good.
descriptions down there. It don't have to be the whole recipe, but just tell us what we're looking at, because y'all making it look real, real, real good. So keep it coming.
Right, please. Because I've seen some amazing things, like Gabe has just said, and I'm like, what is it?
Well, thank you, Chef Felicia. Thank you, Chef Keisha. I really appreciate you too.
Thank you so much. You have a great day, the rest of your day.
You as well. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings to you too, sir.
Chef Keisha,
Thank you. You did an awesome job.
Chef Del, guys, man, full and appreciative to be a part of it. I appreciate that.
We can't hear you. You're breaking up.
Uh-oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I thank you for the opportunity with you and Rohan. This is like the best platform that I've seen in a while. I'm enjoying, networking with people, and thank you so much. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Shout out to Chef Delvin Moore,
Hey.
Ayana Farrell, Rohan Jackson, Felicia Tabb, myself. Woohoo! God is blessing us, so we're just gonna keep doing what He's telling us to do, and that's it.
All right.
All right, y'all have a good day.
You as well.
Bye.